you can choose a plan with confidence. See if you
Oh, hello, Inside Friends. What's up? What's up? Hello. So I don't know if you're familiar, but Cuphead Show was what the Cuphead Show was what got me into streaming more regularly. And then from there, I suddenly got the crack brain idea. What if one of my OCs accidentally got shot through multiple dimensions? This was one of the dimensions she got stuck in. And henceforth, now I have a whole bunch of scenarios of which dimension she's stranded in until every time there's a time dimension jump that her buddies at home dimension are trying to get her back from. It's always unsuccessful, or sometimes mid-successful. But anyway, somebody asked the Tumblr blog. I made a blog for that because I made so much Cuphead art. I'm like, okay, I need to make a blog just for all my Cuphead stuff. Especially, yeah. If you're curious, and you don't want to go through me talking too much, but you can just look at it at your own leisure. So here, let me there we go. I'll send you the link, and you can just look at it at your own leisure time, because yeah, it's a lot of stuff. To be honest, I don't know if my blog has gained that much traction or that many followers. There aren't that many. I'm curious, how many fucking followers do I have here? Wait, what? That's wrong, right? That's not giving me any... Okay, I must be confused. Ah, okay, now I got it. Now I've got the idea. Okay, so according to Tumblr statistics, it says I have 139 following. But it sure as hell doesn't really feel like it. I think some of those are all just spam bots. Or spam accounts. Lord help me. Pretty sure a lot of them were spam bots. Again, I don't know what the deal is with Tumblr still not getting their shit together. And very close to turning into another Twitter clone. Or, I'm sorry, X clone. Another X clone. Just... I get it, they don't have the big buckaroos for advertising because, you know, Twitter's supported by big advertising. Although, how the hell they're still... Especially when a lot of the advertisers just kind of pulled out with all the fucking fuck-ups that Musk just, no, I'm gonna call him Muskrat. Because that's an apt name that my brother, and I think a lot of other people have called this literal Muskrat. Alright, so let's see. Let's start with the draft, with the... Let's see, what did I say? The person asked... Alright, let's start off with the animal designs. So one of the asks that somebody asked on the blog, and this is an old one though. It's not old, but it's been a little overdue. I just didn't have the time because I was so busy trying to prepare for the October Art Festival. Now that it's over, now I can finally get some breathing room. I thought about just writing and typing it out and just providing maybe some some like images from the internet. But then part of me is like, no, draw the sketches. It's gonna be fun. Somebody asked what Creon would look like in the world of Cuphead, and not as a human, but like a caricature, an object, something anthropomorphic. What would she be? Because Creon just looks like, well, let me see. Creon honestly just looks like let me show the fucking. I wasn't gonna work on this. I was gonna work on the fucking yin yang barista for the new print I wanted to make, but that can wait. I got time for that. Where is it? Fucking here. Yeah, basically that's what she looked like. These are like idea concepts I had too, because I was trying to test out with the whole Inkwell or the rubber hose style at that time. And also looking at old 1930 like cartoons like Betty Boop and like Popeye, Mickey Mouse, Oswald, Lucky Rabbit, Looney Tunes, all the good stuff. And hello, Jacuz. Hello. You're saying hi? Well, if you're not at home, stay safe, please. And I sure as hope to God, hope that you're not watching this while driving. Please, no, please don't. It's a challenge to take what is a character that normally I would draw like I normally draw her like normally this is what she looks like. Fuck, where is it? Fuck. What? You're gonna... Please don't commit crime. Jacuz, por favor, please don't commit crime. Please, my burn. Please. Buddy. No. Normally someone who I would draw like this into in a rubber hose cartoon or something close to what would fit in the Inkwell universe or the Inkwell verse. So that was a fun exercise. It's always fun to like adapt to like different styles. Oops, well. Number 2. So I'm giving you, and these sketches are actually reblogged in that Inkwell blog, the Crayon and Inkwell blog. So these are just literal warm-up sketches to just get a feel for her character, what she would look like. And I honestly just decided to just go ahead and just give her the 4 fingers instead of 5. I know there are some characters in the show and the game that do have 5 fingers. Max Flesher? Yeah, I know. Even though I didn't have cable, when I did have a chance to either like going over to someone else's houses or babysitters' houses who did have cable, boy, I was hooked. That was my staple. And when they were released on like Kids WB and stuff, I've been watching, eating that shit up. So yeah. Yeah, the Cuphead show is what got me into streaming more regularly since like last year. Last year? No, for like 2 years in a row almost. You know, when I do my first video game stream, I'm going to play Cuphead. It's only poetic and it's only right that I christen it with my... I started off with Cuphead. I'm gonna start again with Cuphead. It's only fair. And yeah, that's it. That's what I got here. So yeah, this is a general basics of how I got into to getting a feel for how Crayon would look like in this universe. Also trying to emulate like a lot of the cartoons and the cartoon expressions, like the over exaggerations. All right, so that's what she looks like now. Now, I'm trying to make sketches based on what she would actually look like if she were not human. So, starting up with the tiger, I don't know why I'm fucking... And maybe I might do some other animal sketches too, because I had thoughts about maybe... We'll see. Let me just make sure. Let's see. Because the whole idea is like... I know I remember in an interview somewhere, like the Studio MDHR, the Molden, the brothers, one of them said like, well, I mean, I think they just put eyes on a freaking cup, and they're like, ah, this is funny, and then they thought, okay, let's have fun with this concept. Like literally, it's your character has a cup for a head, So how do you play around with that? The plausible impossible concept that is coined, especially for animation. You'd think like a lot of the stuff they do, they wouldn't work in real life. It's impossible. But in cartoons, it's out of the realm. It's not out of the realm of possibility. Like, you can get by with it. That's why even with cartoons, you can get away with shit. Because, you know, nothing's stopping from you. Not even physics. Physics? What's that? We don't give a shit. We only listen to physics when it's convenient. Because that's the running gag. Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if that was the case. But here's the thing. With all those extra characters that they made that were rejects, it fits well into this cartoon universe. Because, you know, you got a lot of characters that, are, you know, would fit just right in.
It's our first Christmas together, and I wanted to get her something.
We see a lot of that stuff in old cartoons too. Like it was like cats, dogs, different animals, anthropomorphic objects.
I got both. One for under the tree. And
Why not? What's stopping you? I think I saw what looked like a tiger design, but I want to see what I can make different about my tiger design and with what was feasible with other like cartoon designs, because there's always that temptation of mine to just make characters look pretty or cute, because there's some aesthetics where it's like, I don't find that cute at all. But that's me being biased because, you know, I grew up on a heavy staple of anime and cartoons. It kind of balanced out. Nowadays it seems like my emphasis has gone into like cartoons more. But I still watch anime occasionally. I just wish I had more time to watch more of it. There's so much anime that I would love to watch, but I can't I don't have the time anymore. I can't. Because then, if you watch something and then it turned out crap, or you wasted, after like, what, an hour or so? I honestly think it's just milk. What do I think the drink inside Cuphead tastes like? I think it's just milk. It's probably just milk. My favorite, huh? Are you talking the original game? Not including DLC? Mine would be, what was it? Clip Joint Calamity? Mine is Clip Joint Calamity, and what was it called? Jitterbug. What was it called? It's the one where you're at like with the bug mafia. I think it was Jitterbug something. Was it Jitterbug? Can't remember. Jitterbug Jive or something? Ah, crap. I can't remember the name. It's the one where you're facing off against, like, the bug mafia with the giant spider, and then it turns into that one cute lady with the gramophone, and then it turns out the final boss is, like, literally the fucking anteater. And then the surprise boss, the ambush boss being the snail. After that, oh my god, I've seen so many reactions of guys being like, wait, what? I thought I ended because remember that was a fake out. Oh my gosh, I'm like, wait, what? They didn't win? Oh, because keep in mind, I don't know if you've seen it, but if you played the game or if you watched reactions, the gameplays of people getting stumped after so many multiple playthroughs, and then they get stumped by the fucking snail at the surprise, at the fake game over. Cause keep in mind, every time there's a knockout, it's always announced by the same guy. But the way they surprise you is you had a bunch of bugs giving you the stream saying knockout, but it's like the high pitch knockout. It wasn't the original knockout by the announcer every time. So That was a clever ass clue. Now people will say, that's cheating. No, I think that's freaking hilarious. I think it's fucking hilarious. I don't know why I'm waffling about, but I think the only thing I can do is just sketch as best as I can. So let's try to do that. Yeah, I'm sorry, it's been taking a while. Let's get the face first, or you know what? No, let's. That's a mistake number one. I don't want to start up. I have this habit of like just always starting with just the face first, when in reality I need to get like the body. Especially if for her build, it's since she's kind of a short stack, but she's slightly buff. So I've definitely got to emphasize the very feminine shape, but I definitely want to add some like things like a slightly wider hip. It's not like this perfect. It looks a little bit more realistic because I'm not gonna give her like a literal wasp waist. That's just nah. Keep in mind that was like sort of an aesthetic back then, where that people kind of were aiming towards or like to emphasize. Ironic, because you look back like a few centuries later, before, way ago, the beauty standard was you gotta be thick. No, like thick. It's starting to look more like a bear. Life, it's getting busier because, in the deli, it gets busy as fuck towards the holiday seasons. Summer season gets busy as fuck too, like, oh my gosh. But holidays, oof. I'm just glad we get actual Thanksgiving and Christmas Day off. That's one good thing. And Easter. Yep, it's only the major holidays. Everything else is like... What? Nah. Be grateful. You'll get those 3 days off. And whatever else is requested if you did. It's not a lucky thing because sometimes you don't always get those days off. And, I'm steadily preparing for the winter market. That's going on, the local one. I don't have a lot to honestly prepare. I'm just going to sell whatever. Hope to God that whatever I have left over in stock I can get rid of. And if not, then oh well, I'll have stuff ready for MomoCon. If I do get accepted, I'm going to try and apply for MomoCon artist for an artist table at MomoCon, which is at least an hour away. But that works. At least I don't have to go out of state. It's just an hour away. Yeah, I really do need to go to an actual anime convention. That's right. Yeah, Clip Joint Calamity is one of my favorites. It's Clip Joint Calamity and Carnival Kerfuffle. And Dramatic Fanatic. I hope so too. I hope I at least get accepted. I hope I get accepted. They have a jury process. They don't just let any schmuck come in because nowadays it... God, I remember when MomoCon started off as just a small convention where you could go for free. But it was small. It was literally local and small. And then it grew. Then they had to start charging memberships. Like any anime convention. Which, yeah, you kind of need to. It grew bigger. It started attracting actual guests. Which, yeah, you need to do that. But hey, like, I honestly am glad for MomoCon. Like, that was one of the first conventions I ever went to. Man, I love the Calvin and Hobbes, like, comics. Like, it's like... The artist, I really do love how the cartoonist draws stuff. Because it may seem simplistic, but this guy has a really good idea of translating, like, this cartoony feel. And yet, like, the guy clearly knows how to draw because he makes good use. Like, this is something I admire about old cartoonists. Like, what was it? Like, back then, it's really rare to get color comics. And most of it was all in black and white. If you did get color, that's because they use an old, like, screen printing method, I believe. But what they do was... It's mostly black and white. So they make use of their forms and their shapes and where to put in the really harsh shadows and the really harsh blacks to accentuate, like, space and form. And I really do love that. It's really, really good how they do this. And they translate, like, I know this guy can draw. I've seen what this guy is capable of because the occasional times he uses realistic art, especially for dinosaurs. Like, the way this guy draws dinosaurs. Man. And I also know he can draw actual people if he wanted to. He's very sparing with that, like, especially if it's for, like, a joke or for, like, certain, like, a storytelling purpose. And I absolutely love how this guy translates his actual knowledge of how to draw people, but in a way makes a short form or shorthand of translating it into the style of Calvin and Hobbes that you see now. Like, it's hard to explain. Like, you look at it and you think, oh, that's easy. I disagree because the guy knows how to, like, accentuate certain shapes and forms. Like, this style, he makes, like, a clear-cut style of, like, how short Calvin's arms are and when it's appropriate for them to actually outstretch it over his head for those occasions and all that stuff. Like, I really do admire how this guy can actually draw and how he simplifies it for the sake of the comic. Like, you can tell the guy knows how to draw realistically if he wants to, but he chooses not to because it just doesn't fit his style. There's no purpose. It's supposed to be fun looking, and I love that. Even as a kid, I could tell there was some sort of fluidity to his style of drawing in these comics. It just wasn't simple. There's just something that felt dynamic about it. It's just like, this is how great they are at their craft like that. I want to get that kind of achievement. And I wonder how this guy... You gotta remember also, they didn't have digital tools back then. This was all done old school, by hand, pencil, ink, on paper. Like, how old are these freaking comics? Like, pretty old, pretty dang old. Like, the man's photo is literally still in black and white. And, like, knowing from the time and day and age, it took me a while to understand, but literal photo cameras were expensive. So it gives me a good idea of what time period this guy was writing stuff. There's no computer, by the way. This man knows how to draw. I love it. How do you get bald quickly? What do you mean, how do I get bald quickly? What do you mean, how do I get bald? I promise you, I ain't bald yet. I ain't bald. I'll draw a different iteration. Because right now, this just looks so goofy looking, and it almost looks like she almost looks dead. She almost looks dead this way. What's with that freaky derpy ass smile? It still looks goofy. For now, like, these designs are working out better. They're not too far out of the realm. How do you confuse an archaeologist? Give him a used tampon and ask him what period. Oh my god! Okay. That's a good one. I'm still giving her chunky arms though. And she's still gonna have the very chunky legs. Cause those legs are meant for kicking and running. There's no skipping leg day for her. Every day's leg day for her. So she's got legs for days. Now, I don't know, maybe she would go barefoot a little bit more. I wonder, do some of the animals go barefoot in that show or the game, right? Or no, I'm not sure. I think everybody just wears fucking shoes. I don't think I've seen any other than the devil. Yeah, everybody wears shoes. Almost everybody wears shoes. There are some exceptions. Some don't wear shoes, actually. Do you crack your fingers? What do you mean I crack my fingers? No, I don't crack my fingers. I don't like cracking my fingers. Okay, I don't know why we're suddenly having these jokes, but no, I do not finger my crack. Do any of... No, I don't think any of the elephants have worn shoes. It's so selective with which person wears shoes, which one person wears those weird ass half shoes coverings. Yeah, it looks like, honestly, it's a toss up. It depends on whoever the fuck wears those shoes. It's not all of them wear those shoes. It'll make it easier, honestly, to just put her in shoes. It'll just be a lot bigger. Especially since her feet are so much bigger now. She'd still be wearing her old outfit. She'd still wear those gloves. Now, another idea I had was... what is it? Now, I'm not gonna elaborate too much on these sketches, because I want to move on to the other stuff. You saw it on a meme, you had to tell us something. Okay, understand. I've been exposed to worse jokes, so don't worry too much about it. Now, next one. Another idea was like kind of making her like a bird sort of thing. Oh, hell, even a bat. Especially since it leans towards her mutant form. I would say so. Yeah, those text-edited cartoons would very much because they do have that same similar sort of style. And the same sort of like humor too. So yeah, they really do. I would say they do count. It's that style. It very much does feel like Rubber Hose. Or even if it wasn't, because it was starting to enter Technicolor, it still borrows from a lot of like what is it? The style choices of how they drew characters and anthropomorphic characters. It's all the exaggerated features too. They do have a lot of exaggerated features. It's like the slapstick, the comedy, and with the whole eyeballs popping out of the sockets and just the out over the top exaggerations and just the zaniness and the absolute absurd silliness of it too. That's a lot of that humor and that and those kinds of choices are still there. she's definitely gonna have to have the wings on as arms. It just make no sense. And actually, fun fact, what is it? You know how, what is it? Like, in Tiny Toon Adventures, like, what's her name? Luna Loon? And, crap. Plucky Duck. Like, the duck creatures, they can actually fly. And when they the way they show it is like, when they're normally not flying, they just look like regular arms. But when they do fly, it does transform into, like, sort of like a wing-like feature. So that's an interesting style choice they make there. So what I can do is give her a much higher chest to like. This is just a very basic. It's kind of leaning into her like mutant form. Her mutant form is gonna look close to this. Yeah, she's not gonna be able to suppress those mutant urges anymore. She's gonna end up evolving over time. She was very close, and she's actually evolved quite a few times, but circumstances have caused it to regress, or she was able to either bring it back into control. But she's gonna start losing control eventually, and this might become a permanent form. This is more like, sort of like a hint or foreshadowing to her mutant form. Oh, you know what? I'll play with that vampire feel. Vampire vixen feel. Well, the thing is, animals are more fun, and animals are just more interesting to play around with. Plus, you could have a lot more fun with the animals, too, because how many times have you seen a rabbit just beat up a hunter? Or just make a complete fool out of the guy? Also, I find it stupid how Warner Brothers has just obliterated their entire library of old Looney Tunes cartoons. The entire library. And then got rid of a lot of the kids programs too. And they're like, why are we not getting enough kids watching on the channel? Because you took away the kids content, dumbass. And then like one of the animated cartoon in movies, like there was a Wile E. Coyote movie where Wiley would sue Acme. There was a movie for that, and I think it was in production, or maybe it was finished, and they decided to just shelve it. And it's like, I'm so mad. There was also another movie with Porky and Daffy. They were like doing like a business, but then like what? They were in a mad race because they were close to losing their house. That also got shelved too, and they're like, it's so absolutely atrocious. These dumbasses that are out of touch or just don't give a shit. Let me see how they would. It's gotta be like oh, that's boring. That's a boring concept. They just have the wings separate, which I think is kind of a cop-out, but it's easier that way. And some of them do like where, here's the thing, realistically with the bat, the wings, here's the body. The wings are supposed to go all the way to like the foot. What they do to make it easier for like clothing, for the practicality of being able to put clothes on a bat. Now, I don't think there was a character like that, but this is probably an idea that most of them would do. Or just go around fucking naked. Did you put a bomb on yourself, little dino? Oh, wait, no, it's not you. Wait, Miss Looney. Hi there, Miss Looney. Why do you have bombs on you? What the fuck? For a second, I thought you were a little dino because she's usually the one that always has the dinosaur avatar. Man, I really got to start making some more avatars for you guys. I have a whole list of like actual avatars, but I keep, you know, putting it off. I know there's just like, what is it? They do like this. See, it just ends off like that. Which honestly I might have to do, because that will be easier. Or Or do what Sonic the Hedgehog did and just have the wings on the back. But where's the fun in that? I don't know how I'm gonna go about making accessories for my avatars because I made so many individual animations and they're all unique. No, seriously, I plan on making ducks and a rabbit. So making literal accessories is gonna be a little pointless unless I make it where I don't have to worry about it fitting on their heads. And unless I could just make them floating. If I made them floating, that might be a different case. Food for thought. I will have to consider that. Animation is a pain. I can definitely tell you that. It's why I don't always do it. Honestly, the bat design is actually not bad. I actually kind of like that bat design. Another design was like making her a bird or like one of those Venezuelan poodle moths. I think a lot of cartoonists, if they were trying to do it at rubber hose, it does feel like an easier choice to just literally, what is it? To just have the wings separate and just perched on the back. Which, I guess it makes it easier, but at the same time, boo! Where's the fun in that? That's a cop-out, in my opinion. Now, of course, this is definitely not functional because, you know, wingspan wouldn't work, but who gives a shit? It's a cartoon. Deal with it. Quite frankly, Miss Looney, if I were to go start making more stream avatars again, what would you honestly prefer? Because among the list of stuff I would do, because for you, I feel like I need to start making some more. For you, hold on, let me open it up. Yeah, I don't think I can do hats. It's gonna be impossible. If I did only this guy, then I could make it feasible. But since I'm doing literally a whole bunch of animals... Look, seriously, I am considering making all types of animal avatars. So, yeah. Which would you honestly prefer? If I had to go about? Because I wonder if you're okay with the dino. Like, in fact, I challenged myself to make the dinosaur one because little dino was like, when are we gonna get the dino? I'm like, hey, you'll get it soon. But then I said, nah, fuck it. I'm gonna do it for you. So for you, Miss Looney, which avatar would you like me to do next? Especially for you. Why do I have two forms of a cat here? Oh, I guess it's just to make it easier. I'm almost considered making one that looks like Bendy. Because, you know, it would be very fitting with my whole ink fairy design going on here, which is my PNG tuber model. Honestly, this is actually a fun concept, like her as a bat. I had already thought, like, you know, tiger and then maybe some other would be like throwaway designs, but this bat design is actually a lot of fun. It kind of looks freaky, but at the same time, like, it still looks cute. And it's like a nice foreshadowing to her, like, mutant form, her future mutant form. Dude, if she weaponizes those fucking arms and those wings, or like, you know, makes it as like a parry attack where she can use the wind force. With the tiger, tigers are fucking strong, so she easily have that strength, and cats are just OP as fuck. Like, have you seen the agility and the dexterity and the actual strength they have? They can jump high, they can actually run pretty fast, and let's not forget, like them falling from heights is nothing. To a certain degree, but they're better at falling as opposed to most other animals because they, for some reason, are able to like counterbalance and use physics to their advantage and like sort of kite. Oh, excuse me, sorry. Which is crazy as hell. And then don't get me started on the reflexes. They're OP as fuck reflexes because they're sensory. Because they have like a whole bunch of like sensory nodes, almost millions or thousands compared to our pitiful 7. So they can just sense the shift. Those whiskers, they can sense the shift in air pressure by the slightest twitch. They don't even have to see you in the dark. They can be blind. They can still sense where you're moving or predict where you're moving. That's how fucking OP it is. She'd have to get used to this type of body, but I think she would adapt as quickly as she can. Look, she is good at adapting. Like, she's flexible like that. She's good at adapting. Yeah, it's uncomfortable, but she's had experience and a lifetime of adapting to unfavorable situations. Quite a lot. It's sad and traumatizing, but that's what she's used to. Rolling with the punches. When she gets hangry as fuck, or decides to bite to eat a motherfucker.
Holiday stories from Shinkai.
You want actually, yeah, this good a time to rest. I'm going to what is it? I need a stretch. I really need a stretch. Do not piss the vampire. Well, discount vampire. She's not gonna adjust very well to the fact that she's become a genetically modified vampire. Chimera. Cause the other bastard that decided to reawaken her genes, her meta genes, and then decide to make an actual, turn her into an experiment by turning into an actual chimera. Her genes are mixed up with like big predator cats and a prehistoric and one of those prehistoric bats, like they were giant ass bats. So she's not in the, aside from this dimension hopping, she would actually evolve into an actual bat. In fact, I actually did make a, what is it? Where is it? It was in Doodles, and I believe it was here. Yes, here it is. Because I was trying to come up with like differentiations between like, this was what the original Korean looked like, and this was away from like the whole Looney Tunes nonsense bullshit I was doing. This was her mutant form, so this is what she would actually look like as fully as a mutant. Wait, overalls? Yeah. Oops. Yeah, those are overalls. Yes. Yeah, it's overalls. I copped out and I thought, okay, let's just make her taller and swoller and just give her these creepy ass eyes and elf ears. But I thought, nah, let's go full. Let's make it a little bit more, because the guy who reawakened her meta genes also turned into a live chimera. He just decided, let's see, how long will you live? He wasn't sure how long she would live, because there was a good chance that the genes would, that the full body mutation would actually slowly kill her. Nah, she ended up adapting through trauma, but hey, what are you gonna do? So this is actually what she fully formed. I wasn't sure if I wanted to give her like this bat nose, because the bat noses kind of look like pig nostrils. And I wondered, okay, should I just make like a sort of like a slit tiger nose? And meant that, nah, let's keep the bat nose. Let's keep the bat nose. I'm gonna keep the bat nose. I don't know if I'll give her wings, and even if she does get wings, I'm gonna make it like where it would develop in the back. So this would explain why her chest ratio is much bigger, to make room for the wings that actually unfold from her back. And it's kind of a grody ass process where it literally looks like the flesh is just mutating, twisting out from her back. So it's kind of painful. Hence why like the giant chest ratio, and why she kind of looks like a swole ass werewolf. This werewolf haunch. Plus, it would give me the good excuse of allowing it where she's got that broken ass ability where if she wants to heal herself from heal any sort of almost any injury, she has to eat blood. She has to drink blood or consume flesh. Consume whatever genetic material. And best way to get genetic material? Well, flesh. Flesh, brains. Just suck the blood out, right straight out of the person. Like all of it. Drain a whole ass body. That's what she can do, honestly. Honestly, I didn't think I would like this bat design. This is like, I was so dead set on just making it a Bengal tiger, but like, you know. Watch out for these vegan zombies. They are after your grains. Oh dear, not my grains. Not my grains. I need my grains. Okay. It's not a bad idea, huh? Let me do like a cute little like. I really like this bat design. I really do like it. I didn't think I would like the bat design a lot. But enough of that. Let me go ahead, get rid of that, get rid of that. Yeah, I'm gonna delete that. Animal. Let me put the animal in here. And then we're gonna do another one. This time, whoa, what the fuck? What the fuck? Perkysaurus, holy shit! Thank you, Perkysaurus! Welcome, welcome! Welcome to the Inkwell. You are now one of us. You are now one with the ink. We have fun here. Alright. Now, the other option was to make anthropomorphic food, like her food design. Now, one idea I had was literally a pork bun or like a red bean bun, because it's still kind of white, but not quite. So it's got that nice earthy sort of like bread color and texture. And plus, it kind of reminds you of a bao bun. So she kind of have like a, she'd be kind of like a doughboy almost. I'm still gonna give the swole arms, cause she's still swole as fuck. Plus, red bean buns are kind of like her favorite desserts. Now, while she's not the biggest fan of sweets and baked stuff, she does like them. She's just not the most avid sweet tooth. She knows how to make them though, because she's had a lot of practice making these kinds of stuff. Cause what was the local orphanage that she likes to volunteer at? They really like baked treats, so she'll always try to, you know, bake them. All right, did I make the? I think I made the head so huge. I made the head too huge. Okay, let's slim it down a little bit. Somebody asked, this was an old question and it's been a little overdue. Somebody asked, if you're wondering why I'm making all these in cuphead sort of character designs, somebody asked what Creon would look like in this world, and not just as a human, but like any other sort of caricature, animal, object, anthropomorphic animal or object, food, whatever. And that's where I'm like, you know what? I never really challenged myself on that. So that's what I'm doing here. Honestly, it shouldn't be that much different from what her normal body is. Just replace their human head with a freaking red bean bun. That's all I honestly have to do. It shouldn't be difficult. I don't know why I'm fucking struggling. I think I should make it a little bit bigger though. Still gonna give her the neck. The neck's just gonna be a little bit shorter. I'll just have like this little clump of dough. Sort of look like sort of the creases where the dough gets pinched. Yes, we are quite sketchy. We artists are sketchy. We sketch a lot, so we're gonna be very sketchy. It's honestly just a pork bun. And then another idea was like some form of like a dishware, because I had these ideas of making it based off of like Korean pots or ceramics. Now, why Korean? Well, this is funny. She's gonna find out a little bit later. Now, one would say it's because her adopted mother was Korean and she soaked in a lot of the Asian cultures a lot more, especially the Korean ones. But in secret, her ancestry on her father's side, who she's probably never gonna meet, is actually Korean. Hell yeah, bibimbap's delicious. Hey, she would actually resemble the family a little bit. Maybe have like a spoon instead. If you drink too much tea, European. Well, I mean, I'm not that much. I like tea over coffee, so that's a thing. I just, was it at home? We got like, my dad, for some reason, because it was given to him for free. It was like this whole bag of like green tea, and it's like, okay, at some point, that's a lot of packets. We gotta start drinking this. And I hope the fuck you don't bring any more of this shit. Because if I'm gonna drink tea, I'm gonna drink stuff that I actually want to. But hey, waste not, want not. Besides, green tea has at least the minimum amount. Ah, okay, that joke. Okay, I gotcha. Because she's got like this scar in the middle of her forehead, so it's kind of why her hair, like the front of her hair, it's shaped like that. It was cut deliberately like that. She's a little insecure about that scar. More like she doesn't want people poking in and asking, "Hey, where'd you get the scar?" Classified. She can't tell you. She'd rather not tell you. And would you really believe her? She'd rather not. Let's see, instead of straws, should I put like a spoon handle? Or like put in like those like cinnamon sticks? Or put in Pocky. Literal Pocky. I'm gonna look up fucking matcha latte. Because I swear people are just putting whatever the fuck they want into their lattes. I mean, that's if you're doing an iced latte, then yeah, you'd have a spoon. But this is like an actual warm latte, so... What's the thing there? What do I do there? I mean, I could've always just put the fucking spoon. It would just be easier to just put a fucking spoon, because... Would you really drink hot tea through a straw? Unless there are some of you who would drink hot tea through a straw. A superhero just wanted to be a K-pop idol, but since everyone keeps telling her all their problems, she feels like she has to try and help. Oh, that's interesting. Is that like a story, or is that like a... Because I've never heard of that. Interesting idea. You know what? Let's put in a cinnamon stick. And then another idea was like based off of like these Korean teapots, the old ones. Another was like one of those old stone pots, the stone bowls that we like to cook in. But considering the color and how that clashes with her, I don't think so. Because it's gotta still look close to resembling her. So yeah, yeah. Those stone bowls, yeah, they're out of the question. I can't use those. She is pale as fuck. People mistake her for being an albino, but nah. She was kind of bleached out like that. But then she and like almost half of the or a good 1/3 of the population got hit with the bleaching death. Someone decided to pull a Thanos because they got sick and tired of humanity as a whole and the state of humanity and the world, that they decided, nah, trying to live, there's no point. Everybody's gonna die. Because the stone balls, they're like so freaking piping hot. It's like still piping hot. And it's not just the stone balls, it's like these they're like these pots, and they're like brown, like a dark brown. And those, you also cook stew in them, and they're gonna be piping hot. Those ceramic brown bowls, those act as like actual like little, they're like stoneware or like dishware too, but they can act as mini pots.
Because
this, I'm pretty sure there's a teapot like this in Japan culture too, but we use this kind of pot also. I'm gonna have like the head slightly floating instead, because the fun part is like the fact that they can detach your heads is fun. Actually, you know what can happen is she detaches her head and the neck just shrinks down, and then it's like, yeah, I can do that instead. And then what was the other idea? The other idea was also this. It's one of these bowls. Nowadays, I'm seeing a lot of these bowls that have like these crooks here, these grooves here cut in, so that way you can put your chopsticks in there. And others also have like bowls like that where especially specifically for ramen, which I think is so fucking cute. Here, I'll draw both of the ideas out. Bowl of rice. I know that's boring, but it's kind of a staple because it's like, yeah, rice. Most Westerners and Europeans go with bread. Asians and other parts of the country go with rice. Rice, baby. rice, baby. Especially if like the really cute ones have are shaped like animals, and I thought that is such a cutest thing ever, man. Like the most fucking cutest thing ever. So I can be creative. So this way it just kind of notes to like the idea of like her coming from a world that's like a little bit further in the future. Honestly, it would be fun if she if this also like reacted also. What the heck? Why did you watch it through your calendar? Okay, you're joking, right? The eyes. Not a fan of the eyes that way. This is why we do different iterations. Honestly, instead of doing rice, I can literally just do like a bowl of noodles in here. It's either savory oatmeal. Either way, if she went with the bowl with the chopstick slit, or if this, because honestly, this is actually coming out to be fun. But I think I would go with the animal. But if I went with the dishware, it's either, well, the cup actually works out well too, because then she would actually fit in with the Mugman and Cuphead as like sort of like the elder sister figure. This she would actually fit in too, because you know she's she's kind of a bowl. She's dishware. It's ramen. It's literal ramen, or actually, which one is it? Is it Sukimen or ramen? Sukimen. Ah, but the caveat is that Sukimen is basically you dip the noodles in the broth and eat as you go, like that. Okay, I don't think Sukimen. Man, Sukimen actually sounds great. Some people prefer Sukimen over like over actual ramen. And then there's udon. Big chunky ass udon. Some people love udon. I'm trying to think what soup or stew would she have. It's gonna be either a noodle dish, or it'd be something Korean like either kimchi jjigae or doenjang jjigae. Did the dish run away with a spoon? I mean, I don't know. Did it? Villain could be Jajangmyeon Gyeongolem. Oh my god. I'm trying to think, like, what food should I put inside of the bowl? For her as a cup, as a mug form, it's gonna be matcha tea. Specifically here, it's matcha latte. This is straight up just green tea. Or whatever tea. It's straight up tea. I don't think I'm being very specific. This is a spout. This is actually the spout. And you got the actual... the handles right here, actually. So either she can have like just ramen or udon. I'm thinking either Korean kalguksu, which roughly translates as knife noodles. It's mainly because the noodles are chopped up with a knife. And I can contest to that because I've seen my grandma make this, make kalguksu all the time. That's like one of my favorite stuff. Anytime she made kalguksu, oh, it was a good time, man. She usually did this like after I come home. Even though it's really, it is kind of laborious because she had to roll up the dough and cut it and then cook it. Oh, you're talking about naengmyeon, right? The yeah. Yeah, I know what you're talking about. You're knowledgeable. You go to a lot of Korean fusion restaurants? Because I gotta say, glass noodles, unless you're a newbie, some people just can't handle glass noodles. And no, people, they're not made out of glass. We call it glass noodles because it's translucent. It's the material, the ingredient to making those particular type of noodles. It's it gives like a semi-translucent look. Hence why they're called glass noodles. So don't worry, you're not eating glass. You're not going to. However, some people might be off-put because of the way that glass noodles are cooked or they're served. They're usually served cold. And people get off-put by cold noodles in general. Because we're so used to having warm noodles, like even spaghetti. That's still piping hot and warm. You really don't want to eat it cold. Daejang or doenjang? Because you can get doenjang from like a lot of the Asian stores, especially like Kmart or even like the farmer's market, like a lot of the Asian international markets. Especially if they have a food court or a deli, they'll sometimes sell the soups and the stews already. You just have to take them home, put it in a bowl and microwave it, or boil it in a pot if you want to. It'll be already cooked and just ready for you to take home. At least the marts I go to. If you don't have access to that, then I'm sorry. You can always try to make it yourself, but if there's no market or international section that sells doenjang, then okay. I'm sorry. Who's your favorite K-pop idol? I'm not gonna lie, I'm not like the biggest fan. I don't hate it. It's just I don't go out of my way to follow it. Maybe back then I would've, but nowadays not as much. I really don't give a shit. There, I'm just apathetic. I know its existence. I'm just not a diehard BTS fan. Yeah. Oh, heresy. Hey, don't dunk on the fried chicken. We know, we love our fried chicken, okay? I'm just gonna say this. I like Korean fried chicken over any other fried chicken in the South. Yeah, there I said it. I live in the South. I live in Georgia. And we take chicken seriously, man. Fried chicken. And I still will prefer Korean fried chicken. Sorry, Chick-fil-A. I know you're a great company and all that, but your chicken biscuit, your chicken sandwiches are mid. Yeah, I said it. But then again, I've lived on a diet of mainly nothing but Korean food. Still living with my family. My mom always just makes almost everything Korean. Like, it's all Korean, man. All home cooked. Hey, you're lucky then. You got you authentic Korean, made by Korean, made with love by a couple, man. Funnily enough, mom actually confessed she didn't do a lot of home cooking herself. But once they came to America, mom kind of had to step up her game. Luckily, even in Florida, there was a community where there was already a Korean community, and she could get some of the supplies and ingredients. Now, I was kind of a picky eater at that time, but we could still get our shit. So it's possible. You can get stuff. In Florida, of all places. Georgia has like a big Korean community. I was surprised at the amount of Koreans I met. I should have like the lid just shaking, like as if it's like boiling. This is actually a fun concept, like having this bowl. Velvet Mamamoo. I actually got into Mamamoo because of, you know, that meme song. And I actually bought one of their albums. Because there are some good songs I like. The Red Velvet. Wait, is Red Velvet? Is that another group? I only know people going hot for Blackpink, so... When did Red Velvet show up? Oh wait, it's an old group. I know this is a little morbid. Cut her head in half. Yo, kimchi fried rice is the bomb. I love kimchi fried rice. Hey, at least you're actively trying to teach yourself Hangul. I just kind of gave up. My parents at an early age, they sent me to Saturday Korean school, but I just gotta say, I had a miserable time there. Now I wish I kind of appreciate it a little bit more, but I just had a miserable time there. I was not a good people person. I was a brat. And I struggled learning for some reason. Now I can still read, but my reading comprehension level is kind of garbage in that elementary, so is my speaking. It's very elementary. But then again, what do you get from a person who's had to use primarily English? Because I've been taught English since pre-K and all the way up to now. So unfortunately, English is my first language. Korean is my second. It's embarrassing. My dad's like, why don't you learn Japanese since you like to watch them animes a lot? I'm like, I would prefer to learn my native tongue first. Preferably. I really would prefer to learn my native tongue first. Because I'm kind of embarrassed that I really don't understand my own language very well. So it's a nice little like size comparison. And here I want to demonstrate how she would take off her head, because the fun of it is just her fucking taking off her head. I want some snacks. I want some Korean snacks, like the crackers, like the sweet crackers, or just some 새우깡. And just so you know, we don't call Pocky Pocky in Korea. We call it pepero. We call it pepero. Japan has Pocky. We call it pepero. Which challenge? I see so many pepero challenges. Like, I don't know which one's which nowadays. Ah, that. It's, and then one of you ends up kissing. In the end, it just ends up with you kissing. That's the one I was thinking about. Like, whoever can get to the end, first or something. Although I wonder, like, if they do it with the regular stick, would they do it with, like, the big-ass ones? There's, like, big-ass ones, too. Like, they're, like, the size of a 12-inch ruler. What the heck? What? Okay, I'm looking through the image research. Oh, look at this. Oh, look at this. Look at this. Oh my god, what is this? What is this? 7 ways to celebrate the... Okay, please don't take me to a gross website. Okay, pepero. Oh, pancakes? Wait, what? When the frick were the pancakes? Okay, milkshakes, yeah. Hot chocolate, yeah, okay. Yogurt. Ooh, yogurt. I like that. What drinking game? This. Okay, there's a chubby bunny challenge. Look at this. Yo, who made this? Oh my god. It's just so whoever eats it more. Oh, so whoever can fit the most in your mouth. Wait, pepero chopsticks? What the fuck? Oh, so you use them literally as chopsticks, okay. But this, oh my god, this image just killed me. What is this? Oh my gosh, I want to know who did this art. Yo, what is this? gosh. Oh man. Yeah. Banana milk is actually pretty nice. You know, I really need to try milkisu. It seems gross in concept because it's like what, milk soda, or it's like milk as a soda or something, which is like, you know, I'm not a big fan of milk. But considering that how it's like a popular drink, so I wonder, okay, maybe I'm being too harsh on it because just the idea of milk, and I'm just not the biggest fan of milk.
Delicious 16-ounce Kroger peanut butter.
I should probably have like a chip here because she does in fact, I should make it look like Kintsugi almost, except instead of gold, it should be like what is it? No, I'm not. I swear I'm not stealing from fucking Harry Potter. I swear to God, I am not stealing from fucking Harry Potter. It just came to me because of certain circumstances. This scar still is visible even after like the experimentation that she went under. Except now it almost seems like it's instead of like faded pink, it's almost like there's like a, what is it? Well, no, it's actually visible. It's very visible. Oh, I'm gonna check that out. I'm gonna watch this on my own. Or you know what? We can watch it now. Let's watch it now. Oh, we're gonna watch it now. Let's all watch it now. Can I find it? Ooh. Oh, that camera movement. Oh, that's actually nice. Man, you're playing with the aspect ratio and oh my god. Okay, that's cool. This is kind of why, like, I'm sorry, a lot of like Korean and J-pop and Chinese also, or just basically a lot of Asian Asian music videos, they go crazy. They go crazy and they just go balls to the walls with their direction and like even storytelling and like visuals. Like, it's so crazy. Now I've seen some music videos in what was it? Some of the American music videos and the Western music videos there's some notable ones, but man, Korean music videos, they're something. They're a whole different level, man. I liked K-pop before. I like original God and what was it, JTL. I mean, I guess, yeah, like, and then I gotta remember who else was popular at that time. But even then, I dropped off a little bit, but I wasn't like totally into it. But I still liked their music. And then I got some from like Boa, and then man, what's her name? Changnara. She was another one, and then let me see. Actually, that's all I can think of. There's another one. What was it? Oh, did they? Okay, I want to look into that. Another one of my favorites is Soteji. He's a really classic Korean rock artist, and he's made some of my, and I love a lot of his songs and music. And the guy does like some very gnarly, like sometimes almost like these weird ass music videos too. Anyway, hold on. I'm gonna go to the restroom, so I'm gonna let you guys listen to the chill ass music. I will be back. Honestly, I really should rethink about like setting up a webcam so that way you guys can see me exercising. Workout 10-minute workout with Inuchi. I honestly should, because I saw another streamer who does that. He does like, what he does is like a 10 push-up count. And he has like a, he already has a webcam. But what he does is like, he has like this funky ass, like sort of like retro synth, like workout music. And it's just, it's like, oh wow, I can jam with this music. And he plays that while he does his push-ups. And I honestly think I should. I've seen maybe 2 streamers do that where they already do webcam, and then it's like, okay guys, push up time, pump up the jam, yeah, pump up the jam. I should. I honestly should. All right. There's one. This is one concept where she's just pouring her head because it's a teapot. I don't know what to put in here. Hi, Miss Looney, you still there? I'm guessing by your avatar. Here's the thing, with stream avatars, it's a little inaccurate because, what is it? What happens is, if somebody is offline, like, it's either if they leave the chat or they're not watching anymore, but because on mobile, they're technically kind of online. So, the avatars will still linger for quite a while. Which is kind of annoying, but at the same time, oh well, what can you do? I can't do shit about that. And I don't want to make it where it's like you have to be actively chatting. That's not right. I made this. I implemented stream avatars for the sole purpose to let people lurk. Wait, what? Is this from a cartoon? Is this from a cartoon? That's a random thought. Mutant pineapple monsters. Food. Food betraying us. Let's go ahead and start adding a little bit of color. I'm not gonna put a lot of color. Just maybe minimal. Very minimal. It's gonna be very minimal. Oh yeah, speaking of which, I was hoping to get Miss Looney's feedback because every time I see a dinosaur avatar, I think it's Little Dino, but it's not. So I was like, oh, okay. I guess she preferred the dinosaur because, you know, there's not a lot of options. I only have 2 options, well, 3, because I still have the old blockhead avatar design. That's the one where you can actually customize with all the fucking little hats and accessories. I just can't seem to find a way to make accessories a thing because I customize each animation for the different forms. The ink blots are the default, but because they're not exactly stationary, they're all kind of different, so it's gonna be hard to animate any of the hats individually. You know what? Yeah, pineapple does tend to sting, especially if you eat too much. That's why I can't eat so much pineapple. It just hurts. I love it, but it just hurts. So, yeah, that would be terrifying if a mutant pineapple is like vomited acidic juice at you. Anyway, so this is the default. This is the one that Little Dino and currently Miss Looney is using. Honestly, which ones would you guys want to see next? Because I'm almost thinking about doing one that looks like Bendy, but, I don't know. Do I really want to do that? Actually, you know what? Honestly, with the Bendy ones, especially if I can go ahead and sell that, because people are selling their own stream avatar packs. Oh, you want to do sharks? You think sharks? You know what? Yeah, I would do the sharks. It'll be fun. The sharks are literally just swimming. Just have them swimming in the sharks. Also, with the cat design, do you honestly think having the cat head actually like this, or just having the fucking, like, cat ears on top is something funnier? Sharks like to vacation in Finland. I gotta learn how to implement all these other stuff too, because there's so much stuff you can do. Yet my lazy ass is just too basic as fuck. Wow, okay, where are you getting this? What was it? The joke. Teenage girls always travel in odd numbers because they can't even. Okay. Okay. Did somebody? No one has made a bendy one yet. Okay, you know what? One of them. I'm gonna do bendy and I'm gonna do shark. I definitely should be working on that, but I might not be able to work on that yet because I have a commission, 2 commissions lined up. First, I gotta work on making sure I'm good and ready for a December market. Then the rest of the day is gonna be like, yeah. I will keep that in mind. Let me write a little note for myself. Note to self. Do sharks, and the bendy, because with the bendy, if I make a custom one, I can technically sell that as a pack, especially at the Steam Workshop. A whole bunch of bendies, and I'm gonna have to be smart about that one too, because if I want to make sure like if they can have hats and little accessories, because right now, where's my fucking pen? Where the frick is my pen? Okay. Not a lot of companies do that. Oh, let's switch over to the DLC soundtrack, which is just as good too. No, seriously, like, people say, for 20 bucks? Listen, the amount of time and work that went into making that, yeah, I think 20 bucks is generous. Now, of course, people will be like, it's just 4 bosses. You can. I don't give a shit. Like, have you seen the animation quality? They didn't need to go to. Oh yeah, they did. They needed to. They stayed consistent with their look and presentation, and they upped their animation game too. Especially they could hire more people into that team. You gotta remember, these people were gambling. The first game, the very first full game, they were gambling. They had to refinance their mortgage and the others and that stuff. Like, that was a big risk. But the fact that and I'm so glad it paid off. Now, of course, I'm sad that another sort of Cuphead style of game kind of got so much flack. Here's the thing. I feel like there's nothing wrong with it, because you can't just take the style of Rubber Hose and claim it as your own. No, because all the other greats have already made it before you, so you can't just be like, no, we did it first, you can't do it. No, I think it was just poor timing. I think, honestly, it was just poor timing, and they really shouldn't have, you know. Plus, it's kind of like a bullet hell. It's very similar to, like, a bullet hell sort of deal. So, I'm trying to make, like a top-down view of, like, you know how there's, like, a miniature version in the games? And they also made miniature versions too in the Cuphead show, which I thought was so fucking cute. You know what? I'm really tempted to make like a modern Humbug version of all the fucking characters, because I realized when I was making these stickers, I'm like, oh fuck, I forgot Saltbaker. Oh, and then I gotta get pork rind. And then it's like, ah shit, might as well do all the fucking bosses. But this is based on like people you see normally in like the show, in the Cuphead cartoon show. So now I'm a little like torn. Like, do all the bosses? And what about the freaking NPCs, or at least the NPCs that you normally see? I don't know. Fuck it, man. I feel like that would be like something I could do. Not much sure. I think that would be something I have to do over time. Drawing takes time and practice. Like, you gotta draw like consistently, but it's not just consistently. Also, every time you draw, like, observe, like, what can I do better in the next drawing? Like, oh, okay, my nanny was a little wonky, or my hands were too big or too small, my head was way too big compared to this, the ratio between whatever was too big, or my upper torso is way more longer than my lower torso, or it's not balanced, those kind of things, etc, etc. Okay, foot placement that makes no sense if I'm trying to think like perspective wise, those kind of things. You make those kinds of connections, and you make those, you observe those mistakes, and that way when you apply it next time, you do your best to not repeat those mistakes or to improve on those weaknesses, and that's how you get better. It's a lot of getting better over time. It's a very complicated process, but at the same time, it's something that gets less complicated as you go. You just have to draw. You just have to do it. Now people will say, keep drawing, draw lots. Yes and no, I agree to a certain extent, because if you keep drawing, but you don't fix your habits or fix the mistakes upon each drawing, because keep in mind, behind a really good drawing, in the past there were like thousands of crappy drawings, and I'm not, that's every artist, okay? We didn't just come out swing and be like, oh, the first drawing is great. No, I assure you, we had plenty of crappy drawings. So please don't get discouraged. This is something of a thing you have to just keep doing. Just like any skill, any hobby that you want to pursue, you're going to have to, you know, you're just gonna have to do it. Just do it. You just have to do it. Same with anything. Painting, yeah. You probably prefer painting because you're painting. If you enjoy it, yeah, go ahead. Go for it. This is so cute. I really like this bat design. It's like a mock-up of Rouge the Bat from Sonic the Hedgehog series. But, you know, I'm not blatantly like, can't stop at Bat Country. Yeah, Bat Country. Them bats. We everywhere. And like, I know it's like a cop-out to just, you know, give the bat like if this is her head and that's her hands, and just having the do what they do with Rouge the Bat and just have the wings behind her. I feel like that's a cop-out. It's just not as fun. Now, another alternative, here's a funny thing, like your wingspan is obviously gonna go all the way to either your legs or at least, you know, halfway towards your this. And yet for some reason the clothes just magically without, like, how does that work? That bugs me. I don't know why. I can't suspend my disbelief, but that bugs me. So I think like the best thing to do is either make clothes that can tailor to this, or, because then again, how the fuck is she gonna put on a bra? Like, clearly. I think about this stuff a lot. And that's why here I decided for her case, just how the fuck is she gonna get a bra? Either her boobs just shrink to make room for all that upper torso, for a bigger upper torso, or her wings just grow out in the back, gargoyle style. And she doesn't really fly very well. It's more like she can glide, which is helpful. She glides like Batman, falling with style. If she can get lift by, you know, using physics to her advantage, but most likely she'd just be falling with style. She won't need a parachute. Unless someone shoots her wings. Then she's fucked. Like, she won't even get the wings first time. I think in, like, extreme trauma and stress, or fight or flight response, she's going to, those things will pop out of her back and it's gonna be so excruciating, but she'll probably won't be noticing because she'll be distracted with whatever threat or situation immediately. For now, she's just got this, like, it's almost like a werewolf sort of form. I would definitely have to, like, what is it? If I want to reference how her fighting style is, John Talbane from Darkstalkers is who I'd have to reference. And maybe some other characters that clearly look like they're like animal head, anthropomorphic. I'd have to look on those kinds of styles, because that kind of style of fighting, yeah. Especially with this elongated, like, clearly elongated. Like, her arms and her legs are clearly much longer now, because now she can actually, like, you know, run, like literally run. She can actually run on by like like a quadruped. And of course, these fucking shit, you gotta catch those hands. You gotta catch those fucking hands. Oh, that's actually cool. I'm reading this. I did something like that in a D&D campaign. One of the PC's wives was secretly a very high-level character, but all she wanted to do was be a mother. So she just let her husband adventure and stuff. It was only when an enemy found out about his family she revealed her true power. Yeah. It's like, threaten her kids, threaten her family. So you have chosen death. GG, motherfucker. Your mom. The dude. Okay, hello, dude from Fortnite. Your mom. Right. People be taunting. Who are you gonna call? Your mama? And they're like, don't tempt me. Literally. Especially if you know if your mother is like boss level. And you're like, don't tempt me. That would be so funny. People are like, yo, what are you gonna do? Cry to your mama? Don't tempt me. That moment when you find out your stay-at-home wife is really an epic level character. It was pretty funny to see his reaction. Oh, so you did that. Your character was like, wife? I was like, sweetie? No need to fuck. Seriously, I didn't think I would enjoy the bad character more, the concept more. But I'm happy I tried it out. All the other concepts just, you know, I would think about maybe like a snowy owl, because owls are predators. Owls are still technically predator animals. They'll fuck you up. It may sound silly in concept, but no, they can still fuck you up. Owls will definitely fuck you up. In this way, it gives let's see. She slayed the demons, then went back to knitting the sweaters for her children. Actually, instead of yellow, I wonder if oh, for this case, I should probably make it like a more intense red. Or like when she's fucking angry. Honestly, I wonder if I should add some of the stripes, because keep in mind she's a chimera, so it's not just one animal that has been modified with her genes or scrambled. Oh shit. So I wonder if I should add some of those tiger stripes to her. Or maybe I won't. Oh, you have a gingerbread house? Yes, let's see the gingerbread house. Did you make a gingerbread house? Ah, bootlegger boogie. Yeah, this is one of my favorites. Bootlegger boogie. Ooh, you got one of those sets. Alright, so here is what's your name is Mega Perky. Oh, you do. Oh, okay. I'm looking at your. I'm gonna look at your other stuff. So you do a lot of model painting. Oh, okay. Oh man. Yeah. Okay. You see, I have no patience for this kind of shit. But whoa. Okay, you're doing a lot of this stuff. You know what? Honestly, this is also like a sort of a skill in itself too. Just painting the right shading. Excuse me. Sorry. And not just doing the flat type of painting. Because that could be an easy cop-out, but you clearly add details like actual shading. Which is, quite frankly, really nice. So this looks great. But anyway, gingerbread house. It looks scrumptious. To be honest, do these things actually taste good in the end? Because honestly, with all that sugar and frosting stuff, I feel like it's just gonna be like, an over sugary mess, and I don't know. Maybe for kids it's like a fun activity because it's sugar. You get to eat them. Is it really that kind of that fun? I don't know. I have some hesitations there. Oh, let's take a look.
Click the screen now to download the Kroger app.
Oh, that looks delicious.
Kroger.
There, that's a PB Bob.
Prices and product availability subject to change. Restrictions apply. See site for
I get that quote. Sound of Music. Man, yeah, you gotta have bulgogi with PB Bob. You gotta. Man, that's a must. That's an immediate must. You must, man. Nothing more, nothing less. Oops, shit. Oh yeah, you know what? This one is a bop too. Man, so much songs are like bops here. How about the bad girl feeds off the evil in people, so the more she feeds, the better people they become? No, keep in mind, I'm not like making a new person. This is like an alternate form. She's still gonna suck blood and eat people. Like, not at first, like, she's not gonna do it. Like, it's just an idea of, like, an alternate form for her. Just like what I'm doing here. Well, still DM RPGs once in a while, so I'm always thinking of story ideas and adventure hooks. You know what? I honestly could. But, what is it? I'll have to... I wonder if someone did make a homebrew, like, Bat People. I think someone did. I might have to look into that. No, I don't watch K-dramas at all. Like, I know, shameful. Shame. Just like I don't watch enough stuff. Oh, wow. Oh, no. Okay, time to go there. Oh, come on. What the fuck? Come on. There we go. I know, shameful. How dare I? I'm a disgrace to Koreans. You don't watch your K-dramas? I don't got time! And yet I say this, and yet I have time to, like, what? Read freaking fanfics. Watch some quality! I don't know about you, but I see a lot of K-dramas that either seem like, convoluted romance. Can I not? Now, I would like to watch some of the historic K-dramas, though. I want to watch some of those. I'm more into that shit. I want to see that shit. Why are you making it so white? Because she's pale as fuck! I'm not gonna make it completely white, though. I am giving it like a blue tint. So it won't be like completely white. They don't actually use that. In cartoons, in any animated feature, you never use the purest of pure colors, because it's just off-putting. They use like a slightly offset color of white. Or they like tone it down with some grays or blues. Like desaturate a little bit. Perky source, Ruffle, here's where the cool kids be at. So now you're watching me on both sides. Why am I still using this pale ass color? Because look, she's pale as fuck. Have you seen her color scheme? Wait, no, fuck. Have you seen her? She's pale as fuck. People mistake her for an albino. If you work at the North Pole, you can say you are elf employed. Elf employed.
Nothing says spirit of the season quite like Christmas music. Except, of course, a visit to Hendersonville, North Carolina.
No, you know what makes it Christmas? When you hear Mariah Carey.
Shopping, carriage rides, and more. It's the small town.
Her power cannot be denied.
Family
So this is what I was working on. I finished the sticker sheet. I printed out some. After December market, I will see about if I want to how much more I can sell. I'll start selling them like on my Etsy and my which. Here's the thing, like I'm really considering just selling some of my stuff directly on my website instead, because Etsy takes a lot of fees. I'm already paying a lot for my website. Now the e-commerce platform is shitty though, but it would mean like I won't have to deal with the Etsy bullshit, because at some point Etsy could shut me down for no fucking reason, which will suck. But hey, I at least have a website. So I thought about doing a print with these. I had the idea, and I'm going to have a celestial barista, a very hot looking barista. Would you like this man to make your coffee and to serve it to you? He's serving more than just coffee. Do you guys think like Studio MDHR will make another Cuphead game, or they'll just end it there? Because I would not blame them if they stopped it there, because if they decided to make another Cuphead game but they did not do the same like art style of, you know, keep in mind all that coloring and the animation, that was all still done like old school. The old school way, like literally pencil and ink on paper, and and coloring those things with actual paint. So I wouldn't behoove them if they decided to just look at other types of technology to replicate that look. Or if it looks different, I will not blame them. Make another, like a separate sequel game if you must, and just update the game and the art style so that way it's not, you guys will not be in the red, because I cannot think about how much in the red they have to be and the amount of time it went, because I'm not gonna lie, I would not want to make anything or animate or replicate anything in that particular style. Now if it's just one drawing, fine, yeah, I could do that. If it was just gonna be like they did a whole ass game, they did a whole ass fucking game. So yeah, no, please. Please don't torture yourselves, Moldenhauer brothers. Please don't. We will not behoove you for, you know, doing other things. In fact, if they did other things, I'd be up for it. Because you can't just be a one-person, one-trick pony. I mean, maybe we can. Because keep in mind, you know the guy who's doing, Concerned Ape, he's the creator of Stardew Valley. This guy is making another game. He's polishing up Stardew Valley. He's already added most of the base game, and he added a few new features like multiplayer and stuff later on. Did he make like 4 years? 4 years, at least for the base game, and all the other bells and whistles and like bug fixing. He started like doing that afterwards, and that game is still going strong. All his hard work paid off. Keep in mind, this was all made by him. Everything, literally almost every aspect was done by him. Which, holy shit. The pirate life is so addicting. Once you lose your first hand, you are hooked. Okay. You ruined the puns. I love it. I'm purposely making the shape because it looks like his hair is gonna be split 3 ways. Like a yin-yang symbol. Almost like a yin-yang symbol. One side is like white, the other side's black. If he was a transformer, He would be Optimus Fine. Optimus Fine. Her would be Optimus Fine. I believe you mean he would be Optimus Fine. Optimus Fine. Fine as fuck. Like, I'm aiming exactly towards the thirsty women demographic. The thirsty ass women who wish for this. Who wish for this. I'm giving them this. Alright, guys, I think we're gonna end it here. But thank you for dropping by. And thank you for giving me feedback on what I should do next. I shall work on the shark when I have time. Just not this month. Maybe next month, depending. Oh no, all will be darkness without you. Don't worry, I will be back next Saturday.